Hey guys, it's Michael Ingenito. I'm out here inside the Russell Union for the first time ever with our beautiful Georgian studio table. And today is a different kind of day. It's a special day because right now we're filming this on Tuesday and it is election day. So today we're going to go talk with a couple officials and ask them about the election and then go around on campus asking students what this election means for them. It's going to get a little raw. So I hope you guys are ready. All right, so we're going around asking people, what does this election mean for you today?
Well, that's a hard question.
I know, it is a tough one.
I don't know. It's kind of like, I'm trying to think about it. This is hard. You got me for my coffee.
I know. That's the most raw. Right there before you get caffeinated.
I guess it means, like for me, it's kind of like, depending on the outcome, certain rights that I have are going to be taken away, I feel like, especially with being a woman. And I don't know, I kind of just hope that everyone votes.
How you guys doing today, gentlemen?
Pretty good. How about you, man?
Doing good, doing good. So we're actually, since tonight is election night, we're going around asking students how they feel about the election. So for you guys, what does this election mean for you?
Well, for me, honestly, being a senior, graduating next semester, this will be the president who's handling the economy, handling the world right as I get ready to move into the workforce. So I think that it's very important, not only just for policies and stuff, but also just simple moral and decency being brought back to the office.
Yeah, similar statement. This is my junior year, so not only will this president shape the climate of the campus for me, but also transition into the workforce as well.
I pretty much have the same statement because I'm graduating in December, so I'm going straight into the workforce like as soon as the election is over with. So I really have a stronger outview on what the outcome is.
What sort of things do you think you can expect students on campus and obviously people out there, the American people, what kind of things do you guys expect to come from the results tonight, one way or the other?
Divisiveness. Yeah. The campaigning has been campaigning based off divisiveness. Yeah, this versus this. Not really much of this, and it's not looking good. I think that's the best way to put it. It's not looking good. So
honestly, I don't know how we would be able to get everyone to like unite and come back as one country, because there's so much divisiveness that's already going on, and so I just don't see how we would be able to actually combine our ideals and stuff like that. I feel like it will just further divide it.
In my opinion, from what I've been seeing, it's been a lot of like good versus evil. Like that's how it's been portrayed. So either way, whoever wins or whoever loses, it's still gonna show like a lot of divisiveness. Like they said, it's still gonna be a house divided. The country's still gonna be split regardless either way, because you have people that whoever wins, they're still gonna follow the person that lost. If whoever loses, they're still gonna follow the person that won. Like we're not gonna come together.
It's tough because the way that things are looking right now is that we have such extreme views one way or the other, and no matter what side you're on, you always think the other side is wrong. And it's so like there's not a lot of like this come together, which is what is supposed to happen, because we're one country. We need to like unite together. So that's really the tough thing. What kind of things do you have to talk to, or what sort of advice would you have to give to like students, especially on campus, leading into tonight and for the future after the results? What kind of advice do you guys have for them?
Have a full tank of gas, make sure your tire pressure is good, have food enough for like a week after the election, and what you guys got?
Yeah, man, honestly, watch your surroundings, be safe. You know, some people you just got to call it. Some people are crazy, some people might take it a little bit more differently. So make sure you're being aware of your surroundings, you're being safe. If you are in a precarious situation or something like that, you definitely want to make sure that you're protecting yourself and protecting your loved ones and the people around you, because it's 2020, y'all. Look at all the stuff that's already happened. It's no telling what's going to happen next, you know. So expect anything. Traveling groups, make sure you're being safe at all times.
But just to add to that, it's a shame that we even have to have this discussion coming up for election. Like election time should be happy. It's like a new person's coming into office. Let's see what he can do different that the other guy did. And like, everybody should be coming together. It should be cohesion. We shouldn't be talking about traveling in groups and having war. Like, come on, bro.
What I wanted to ask you is, what does this election mean for you?
A lot is obviously at stake right now. There's a lot going on. As of right now, I'm trying not to, think about it or get my hopes up about anything. I genuinely am scared about my future and the future of other people's friends if the election goes one way or another. Also, Georgia is like one of the 5 states that are at like really high risk of increased militia activity, like following the election. So there's a lot.
How does all that make you feel? We've seen on the news like DC, LA, New York, even Atlanta, where I'm from, is actually getting prepared to board up for potential like riots and potential unrest and conflict. How does that make you feel about everything?
I really am genuinely scared. I don't get scared often, but this is one thing that's got me a little freaked out. I was actually planning on not even going to classes tomorrow and just like staying inside because like you just never know what to expect, especially with like college kids.
Well, we found a special guest, Mr. Ken Gassett, who is the Associate Vice President of Student Engagement. How are you doing today, Mr. Ken?
Doing very well. Sun is shining.
It is
a great Tuesday.
It is a great Tuesday. Now, what we're talking about today, obviously, we're filming this on Tuesday, which is Election Day. So I wanted to first ask you, you were involved with the early voting on campus. What sort of turnout did you see from both the community and the students? Did you guys see a lot of that?
Yeah, it was actually a fantastic turnout. It was on the 20th, 21st, and 22nd of October. And for all 3 days, we had about, at this particular voting location on campus, a little over 2,000 people. And that was faculty, staff, students, and members from the community that came out.
That's fantastic, yeah. And everything was running smoothly?
Yeah, well, I think, it was a good collaboration and partnership between university faculty and staff to put this on, as well as paid county workers, poll workers from the county. So they came in and they did all the voting things inside of the ballroom, and myself and the Dean of Students Office and other staff helped run the organization of it, answering questions, making sure that anybody that's coming in to vote knew what to do and where to do it.
All right, fantastic. So that was obviously earlier, a couple of weeks ago. Now we are facing, today is the official National Election Day. What sort of things do you expect? What sort of things do you expect the American people to see, students to see, coming out of this election?
Well, I think whether you're students or just American citizens that are not enrolled in college, you either care about this election or you're indifferent. And I think from what we've seen from early voting numbers, certainly here in Statesboro, there's a lot of people that care about this election. It's natural on a presidential cycle. But I think that there will be some tonight or in the coming days that they'll be glad their candidate won. There'll be some that are disappointed that their candidate did not win. And I think that's one of the great things about the ability we have on a college campus is try to support faculty, students, and staff with wherever that range of emotion is, and just to help them through that process.
Very cool, yes. So finally, for students, for everybody who's watching this at home, what sort of advice do you have? Obviously, this episode will air 2 days after the election, after today. What sort of things do you want to tell students, tell faculty members, just tell people of the community about the results of this election and about just election itself?
Yeah, well, I think at the end of the day, when this election comes and goes, whether we know tonight on a Tuesday or in the coming days that life will still go on. It might be different based on what you think it will be. It could be better than you think it could be. I think at the end of the day, it's just important to recognize that we have work to do on a college campus, and our focus and our goal is just to make sure that our students are engaged and that they're thriving and that they're learning about one another and themselves and taking inventory of that. I think also too, just from a support standpoint, there's a good variety of things that the university is trying to help promote to support faculty, students, and staff, regardless of how they feel about the outcome. We have sessions over in the counseling center to deal just with election results. Just if you need that space, that information can be gathered from the counseling center website. We have what we're calling Eagle Talks. It's happening in the Russell Union Theater tomorrow, Wednesday, at 6 o'clock. And that's just a great opportunity to come process and talk about it. Certainly anybody on campus can talk with faculty, students, and other staff. It's just they need to vent, process, or just kind of understand what's going on. But I think at the end of the day too, Mike, it's a great opportunity to understand inclusion as best as possible. You know, two of the values that are of the university that are important for us to remember are that of diversity and inclusion, as well as collaboration. You know, those are hallmarks of the university. They're values that we have, and those are, regardless of who wins, those are things that we need to make sure that we look to and that we pay attention to and frankly respond with.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Well, thank you so much for having this interview for us. It was very insightful, and I appreciate all the work and effort that everybody in this faculty has put towards helping support students no matter what the results of this election are. I hope you have a great rest of your day. All right, thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Michael.
Well, there you have it. It's been another great day walking around the Russell Union and getting to talk to some really nice people. I just wanted to tell all you guys personally, no matter what happens, obviously this is coming out 2 days after the results, but no matter what happens, I want everybody to stay safe, to practice caution, to have a positive attitude about this thing. This is a very serious election that's coming up. No matter which side you're on, no matter what side you believe in or don't believe in, we need to come together. We need to show our strength as coming together rather than being so separate. Obviously, it's looking pretty dark, and I don't know what's going to happen in the future. Obviously, where you're seeing it now, you're going to be seeing it. But for everybody out there, please stay safe, please stay healthy, and Godspeed.